a fever dream vibe, even like I mean, I've never been at Burning Man, but like that's what I imagine Burning Man.
I immediately thought of Burning Man as well.
Yeah,
I can see that for sure.
But yeah, my favorite part is when he gets. Well, actually, my two favorite parts in the whole movie
kind of a freak
was when they drug the dude.
Wait, before that, like when they're talking, there's one part he starts like asking the dude about stuff, and he starts talking about like erotic software. He's like the future is electronic pleasure. Yeah. This dude's such a weirdo.
Yeah,
it's not wrong
the
though.
Doctor guy. Yeah. That was weird scene. Like this is like a really like cult classic kind of movie. Like you never see that in a mainstream movie.
Yeah,
it's just a fever dream type movie.
Well, yeah, he's drugged by the guy, and then he goes into the most like crazy dream sequence, and I love that dream sequence so much because it like perfectly embodies what like a dream is. Like you can't really remember dreams like when you wake up, but like that's the kind of a dream I'd have. Like he sees Saddam Hussein, who was like relevant at the time.
Literally,
he sees like I think it's a bunch of wine bottles on like a shelf and like kind of scrolled up to look like a guitar. It was that just reminds me of like a dream or like even like some like a different dimension or something. It was crazy. I really like that part.
Yeah,
and they played this song by Kenny Loggins. I forget the name of the song.
Saddam Hussein hands him his bowling shoes.
Just so random.
That reminds me of it how in like Happy Gilmore when they're at the end of the movie and he's looking up at the sky, he sees like Chubbs the alligator and then Abe Lincoln just like chilling up there. It's like, why? Like what?
Who are you waving to?
Oh, no one. But yeah, I don't know. That's like, I don't know. I mean, in that respect, yeah, I do think that like it deserves its credit because like it's so outlandish, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
but like
to just go out there.
Yeah.
And to hit with some people, you know?
You know what? Yeah.
I really like this movie.
It's got a, yeah.
Also, the scene where, he gets beaten up by the police. No, he gets drugged. He runs from the cops.
And then when he's in really the Malibu police station.
And they yell at him. And then does he get hit by them? Does he get knocked out or something?
Yeah, I forget what he says.
Throw a mug at him.
Oh, the cop is like, he goes through like a whole rant. He's like, I don't like you. And then he's like, do you understand that, Lebowski? And the dude's like, could you say that again? I wasn't listening. And then he like throws a mug at his face.
Yeah, then he's like in the taxi the taxi, and he's like, they're playing I Got a Peaceful Easy Feeling. Yeah. That's a sneak peek of my singing for later on in this podcast.
That was pretty beautiful.
Thank you. And the guy, like the taxi driver is raging. And he's like, can you turn off can you change the channel, man? He's like, no, if you want to change the song, get your own taxi cab or whatever. And he's like, come on, I had a bad night. I hate the fucking Eagles. And the guy just like rages, throws him out of the cab. I just thought it was so funny because they're playing Peaceful Easy Feeling, which is like one of the most chillest songs there is. And the guy's like road rage into I got a peaceful easy feeling.
Definitely.
Come on, guys, sing along with that.
I don't know the lyrics, man.
Neither do I.
I think you should just take it away for us. Take it away.
Yeah,
give us another line.
And I don't want you to let me down, I think.
Oh wow, your singing like it started off pretty good, but what happened there towards the end?
I got nervous. I got a little stage fright. I know, like, you know, if you think about this, at a certain point, there could be like 1 million people listening to this episode because if you blow up,
there is right now.
Honestly, this is live, I think, is it?
Yeah.
Damn.
We're live in front of a studio audience of simulation people. I mean,
really?
It's time to wake up.
Oh my god.
I think at the end of the day, that's the whole moral of the Big Lebowski. It's basically just trying to tell us to wake up.
Now, let's talk about Bunny and the kidnapping, quote unquote. So that's like kind of the basis of the plot of the movie, right?
Yeah.
I really like when he first meets Bunny, and she's like, "I'll suck your dick for $1,000." Was that I think that was the first time.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
And then she's like, Brent has to pay $100 to watch.
And the guy, he's just like laughing. Yeah. Philip Seymour Hoffman, just like such a sarcastic character. I love that guy.
And then she has like a friend in the pool, and the dude's like, he's like, "What? Are you sure he wouldn't mind?" And she goes, "Billy doesn't care about anything. He's a nihilist."
I didn't really get that part, the whole nihilist thing.
Like nihilism, it just means like you submit to the absurd. Yeah. Like you don't think nothing matters.
I know, but like what they like
they're just like, we are nihilists, we do not care.
Is that just a joke the whole time? Is there no meaning to that?
That was really funny to me.
Yeah, like the auto when they burn the car at the end, the auto.
We will take your Johnson.
Yeah. Really funny.
Also, I have to say, Tara Reid, who plays Bunny.
That was Tara Reid. She looked so familiar. I was like, I think she was in American Pie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sharknado, which we should review that too.
Sharknado coming soon.
But she kind of fell off.
Doing well.
That's why she was doing Sharknado probably. They did 8 Sharknados.
Really?
There's one, like Sharknado 7, they go into space and they go...
No kidding. Sharks in space?
Yeah, it's so funny. They're in a space station and they're fighting sharks. And like, how do sharks survive in space? And one of the characters goes, how do the sharks survive in a tornado? And they go, fair point. It was the most absurd movie. I recommend watching that whole series. I haven't like seen it, but I've seen the clips.
Did you guys notice the running thread throughout the film?
The running thread?
There was one running thread that I noticed.
Explain.
It was the dude smelling half and half to make sure it was good.
That is true. He did. I did notice that. Yeah, when he's making his White Russians.
I picked that up.
In the very first scene, he's in the grocery store. While the guy's talking, he's just like...
That's really funny.
But yeah, that's definitely one of those things too, where like you might miss out the first time watching it through, but each time you watch it, you pick up little things, you know.
Yeah, I've seen it a few times.
I would say that this movie has a very similar vibe as like Pineapple Express, where like it's kind of like a Daisy movie, like just a lot of random stuff happens and like.
Yeah, you can just throw it on a Sunday.
Yeah, it's definitely a stoner movie.
Yeah,
for sure.
If you're like 30-year-old stoners probably live for the Big Lebowski.
And you know what? I feel like honestly, now that you bring it up, I feel like Pineapple Express could be kind of like a newer, like modern day Big Lebowski kind of.
Exactly. Honestly, yeah,
because it's like similar plot lines. Because the plots are kind of pointless.
Stoner schlub gets wrapped into
and they kind of treat their friends something. Like, at the end, they kind of appreciate them.
Right? Because at the point that
doesn't one of the friends die?
I hate you, like you got me into this stuff and like all that stuff. They come together at the end,
yeah,
exactly. And did one of them die?
No, Red almost dies. Red gets like shot up like 10 times.
Sitting in the diner, being like,
he just like dies, and he's like, "Is he dead?" And he gets back up, and he's like,
Danny McBride, you rat."
Danny McBride, low key, like one of the goated actors. I feel like that's also underrated, dude. He's so underrated. Funny. Eastbound and Down. He's into that TV show. Tropic Thunder. Yep. Yeah. He's also in this new movie on Netflix, Danny McBride. It's an animated movie. Shoot. Don't know the name, but basically about robots taking over the world, which is also a huge shot. Like Eric Andre's in it too. Wow. It's pretty good, honestly. Highly recommend, but it's basically a huge shot at Amazon. And kind of like, because like 100% is the robot company has like the Amazon smile underneath, which is kind of funny. I think it's just basically alluding to how Amazon, Jeff Bezos, when he takes that mission to go out in space, he should just stay out there and stay on the moon. I think we'll all be better off.
Is Jeff Bezos actually going to space?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the thing. He wants to go. I know it was like all over the news. He was saying that it's been like a long time goal of his to go into space, so he's like gonna just hop on like the next space mission out there, which is such a rich person thing too.
I think he's trying to one up Elon Musk. Elon Musk is doing everything, and he's like, I'll go to space before him. I
feel like honestly too, like Jeff Bezos is the type of person where like, no doubt you can't doubt his like smarts and like ability to make money, but I think intellect wise, Elon Musk is so much smarter and like has more like brain capacity, power, maybe even. And now it's just kind of like they're trying to like big dick each other so you can do like the craziest like rich person thing to do, you know?
Fair.
Yeah, that's a topic for another day too. But yeah, I'm not a big Jeff Bezos fan. Man also has a seat on the Pentagon and is what's it called? He's like in charge of like imports and exports out of our country, which makes zero sense because like he has no government or military background, but it's strictly because Amazon could like buy out 5 different countries, which I think is absurd.
Do you think Jeff Bezos smokes weed?
I think Jeff Bezos is a terrible person.
Do you think he's a human being or is he a robot?
Dude, he's an alien. He's one of the reptilians for sure. I bet he's a
robot.
Dude.
You know when Elon Musk smoked the blunt or a joint on the Joe Rogan Experience?
Didn't know that.
When he did that, he actually lost his security clearance. So he couldn't like get into some of the projects that SpaceX were doing.
Yeah.
So he's like, I had to go to the Pentagon. Like, guys, can I please have my security clearance back? And they gave it to him because Elon Musk. Like, that's just so funny. That's like something that ordinary people go through. Like if they do illegal drugs, like they will lose their security clearance. And he's like the richest guy on earth, and he had to go with this problem.
If he just says please,
please, come on, guys, and he got it back.
You know, it was another moment where it's like, it just like sums up the character that is the dude. Is when I don't even know who it was, because he gets just like he gets kidnapped so many times in this movie. Like people just like show up and they're like, get in the car, and they just take him. But one of the times when they take him, he had just poured himself a White Russian, and they come in here and there he's like, Lebowski, come with me, or Lebowski, come. You know,
doesn't he always have it in hand too, the White Russian, whenever he's getting taken?
And they're like dragging him and pushing him into the car, and he's like, careful man, there's a beverage here.
Yeah. I wonder if the White Russian symbolized anything, because that was like a major thing. That was
just his drink of choice.
Just his preferred drink.
Yeah. I loved how the cowboy guy was just like some creepy guy. Like,
it was pretty creepy.
Some random dude talking about like some guy he knew at the bar.
He knew exactly what was going on all the time.
Man, like, makes me feel good there's knowing there's people like that, you know, like for all the sinners out there, you know.
Yeah.
I thought he was like very funny. And I thought like he solidified the movie's randomness.
He's like, I did find it sad when Donnie died, but then again,
yeah, it's kind of wild. I know this movie was just very like, what's it called? I don't know. Did we talk about that with St. Elmo's Fire? Honestly, in a way where it follows like a point in time, but like, you know what I mean? We're just like thrown into it. It's so random. And like the randomness of it, kind of like, I think that's the whole point of it, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of similar. I mean, this is a Coen's brother movie, and I haven't seen too many movies. Yeah, it's the first one they made. I'm pretty sure.
I had no idea the Big Lebowski was a Coen.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy, and they made
research me.
Huh?
No, wait. I never got.
They made Fargo and Ballad of Buster Scruggs. I haven't seen Fargo yet.
Fargo's amazing.
Well,
they also made
at some point, but
Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Which John Goodman plays the Cyclops in that.
Really?
Yeah.
I find it funny that for the most part, like whoever screenwrites or directs a film too usually like keeps the same people in their movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think it's just
a lot of directors do that.
You kind of take care of the people you know. I think.
Yeah, I wonder if they're like friends, the Coen brothers, and the cast people. Or
Tarantino does the same thing.
Right.
Scorsese for sure, with like De Niro and Pesci, Pacino.
Dude, speaking of Pesci, he's getting way old, dude. If you look at
that's what happens to all of us.
Well, yeah, but he just did not age well. Him and De Niro honestly did not age well at all. If you see them in Goodfellas and look at them now, they're just like, damn, like they're old. And I know that was like so long ago for them. Like
De Niro's pretty old,
but they just, dude, they're all gray and like, especially Pesci, dude. That man looks like he's about to keel over any second.
Yeah, I don't want to get too much into Pesci right now because it's kind of unrelated, but I do respect Pesci a lot because he's one of those actors who, like he only does the movies he wants to do. Like he didn't like after like I don't know what his last movie was, but Casino, or maybe he did like the Stay Home Alone or something. Mm-hmm. But like he didn't do like I'm pretty sure he didn't do like anything until The Irishman for like a while. Really? And that's kind of different from De Niro, who was doing up all these like cheap movies because like
De Niro did like a kids movie too in a way, like a family movie.
Meet the Fockers too.
Meet the Parents, and they did like Dirty Grandpa.
Okay.
Maybe like The Intern or whatever, The Internship or whatever, that one of those movies. But I think the reason he did that is because like I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure to like pay off divorce fees, which kind of sucks because his legacy was like so solid, but now it's like he had like 40 years of like really solid acting, one of the best careers ever. The last 20 just like a garbage career.
Yeah, like he just made this movie in 2020 called The War with Grandpa. I haven't even heard about that.
That's just so random. Terrible. Like it's probably the worst movie ever.
Yeah. Oh, I was talking about The Family was the one I saw. I was in 2013. It's basically like wait, I think it is this one, maybe. Yeah, it is. The Family is basically like Goodfellas meets Meet the Fockers. It's like supposed to be like a lighthearted like mob family moves to like it's just not it. And I mean it's decent, but literally if you look it up, I guess 28% Rotten Tomatoes kind of just shows you like they're just filler fluff movies.
Yeah. Going back to like the Coen brothers, like I know for Ballad of Buster Scruggs, there's like 5 chapters in that movie.
It's a great movie too.
It is a great movie, but similar to the kind of the same vibe where it's just a bunch of randomness.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I like their movie style. I think they kind of deal with death, at least in the 2 movies I've seen, and I think Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, they also deal with it. But like, I think that was kind of a big theme, and in